So I kind of wanted to do this video kind of talking about my thoughts on how the PS Plus collection should work, how everyone would like it to work, and personally what I think is actually going to happen with it. Now to start with, what everyone wants. Now everyone wants it to work like PlayStation Plus, everyone wants it to work like Game Pass, so literally on a monthly basis the PS Plus collection would get say 3-4 new games added to it constantly that are literally sat there available to download and play whenever you like for the space of like a year, and then maybe after a year they'll get removed and replaced by something else. That's what people want. Is it going to happen? No. It's kind of already been confirmed that it's not financially viable to kind of work like that, especially with the way that Game Pass works with adding brand new day one release games to it. It's not something that Sony's going to do. They've already confirmed that it's definitely not something that they're going to look at, and if anything like that, it would be with PlayStation Now, which is completely different. It's a completely separate service to PS Plus. Personally, how I'd like it to work, I think that from moving on forward, every game that goes on PlayStation Plus should be added to the PS Plus collection. So say for instance, on day one when the PS5 comes out, the PS Plus collection is going to be available, and that huge list of games is going to be available to download and play straight away. But when it comes to say December, and December's PlayStation Plus games come out, and there's two awesome titles that are PS4 games because they're not going to be PS5 games, those two games should also be added to the PS Plus collection. So rather than literally having 1 month to add them to your library, to download them, to get to keep them, they'll be available there and they'll be there for a set amount of time. So again, whether or not it's 6 months, 12 months, not too sure. But that's personally how I think it should work. But again, is that going to happen? The likeliness is no. The likeliness is the way that it is going to work with the PlayStation Plus collection is, so say for instance on PS Plus at the moment, we get a set 2 games every single month, and every now and again there'll be a special little bonus. So with PlayLink, a PlayLink game got added, I think 2 different games. So if you don't know what PlayLink is, it's a game that you kind of play on your console through your TV, but you use your mobile to play it rather than a controller. And it's like quiz games and all that sort of stuff. They were pretty cool, they work pretty well. And I think we've only ever had 2 games like that added. But when they have been added, it's kind of been like a special bonus thing. So we'd get a PlayLink game and then it'd be on there for a couple of months, and then say 6 months later we'd get another one and it'd be like a special bonus to kind of give people a little something extra. In a very similar way that it worked with PlayStation VR. I think over the space of 3-4 years, I think PSVR games have been on PlayStation Plus about 5 times. It could be a little bit more, it could even be a little bit less. But personally, I'm expecting it to work in a very similar way. So we'll get a standard set 2 games every single month on PlayStation Plus, which will be PS4 games, which does carry over to PS5 anyway. So you can still add them to your library, you can still download them, nothing will change that way. But every few months, I think there'll be a bonus title added to the PS Plus collection, which will only be available for PS5. So say for instance, Spider-Man. Spider-Man's a PlayStation Plus exclusive game. It's a game that I do mention just because it's a Sony game, it's an exclusive, it's an awesome title, and it's just an example that I kind of like to use. We could get Spider-Man added to the PS Plus collection in say March next year, and that'll be 1 extra game that the PlayStation gamers get, which wouldn't be available to PS4, it'd only be available on the collection for PS5 gamers. And then another 4 or 5 months later, another game will get added. They're never going to be brand new release titles. I think they're always going to be kind of classic top rated games. So say for instance like Knack, it's had decent ratings even though it's not the best, so something like that could get added to the collection even though it's been on PlayStation Plus before. But if you know what I mean, those kind of games that have been out quite a while but there was classed as games that everyone should kind of check out, everyone should kind of play, and there's quite a big list of them that they could add. But I think personally, like every 3, possibly 4 months, 1 new game will get added to the collection, and it'll kind of stay like that. I don't think anything will ever get removed, but I do think it's always going to be limited, and I think this is going to kind of be set for specifically PS5. I don't think it's ever going to come to PS4. I don't think it's ever going to work like PlayStation Now, where it's available on any other where it's available on any other device. I think this is just kind of another selling point to get people to pick up the PS5, just to get all these extra games, because obviously at the moment if you go for a bundle it's costing you a ton, but if you just go for a console alone, you get it home, get it set up, you've already got a giant list of games ready to download, ready to play, even if you've never had a PlayStation before. So even if you've never had a PS Plus membership, as soon as you sign up for that on day one, you've got the PS Plus collection available and all those games available for free straight away. And that's including the 2 games that go live for November as well, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to put this out there because I know what a lot of people want. I know what I want personally, but I also kind of know what to expect. We could get surprised. Something could go completely different. An announcement could be made that kind of changes our thoughts on everything. But personally, it's Sony, it's PlayStation Plus. We all know kind of how disappointing it can be sometimes. But at the same time, we've all had those little exciting moments as well. Curious to see your guys' thoughts. What do you think is going to happen with PS Plus? How do you think it's going to work with the PS Plus collection? Leave a comment down below and let me know. But that's pretty much it for this one. I hope you've enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you have, a like would be awesome. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.